In a world where fame, wealth, and power often take center stage, few individuals stand out for their humility and dedication like Robert Francis Prevost. While many chase after success in the spotlight, Prevost chose a quieter path, one of service, discipline, and a deep, unwavering faith. His journey, which spans from suburban Chicago to the Vatican, is not one marked by headlines or public drama, but by moments of deep reflection, spiritual guidance, and an enduring commitment to the Catholic Church. Robert Francis Prevost was born on September 14, 1955, in Chicago, Illinois, into a family with a rich cultural background and strong community ties. His mother, Mildred Agnes Prevost, came from a Louisiana Creole family that had roots in New Orleans. After studying library science at DePaul University, she devoted her life to her family and local community. His father, Louis Mario Prevost, a U.S. Navy veteran of World War II, played a key role in significant military operations, including the Normandy landings and Operation Dragoon in southern France. Later, he became the superintendent of Brookwood School District 167 in Glenwood, Illinois, showing a deep dedication to service and leadership. Robert, the youngest of 3 children, was raised in a family with a diverse mix of cultural influences. His paternal grandfather, Giovanni Roberto Prevosto, immigrated from Italy, while his maternal grandparents came from Haiti and New Orleans. This blend of Italian, French, Haitian, and Creole heritage gave Robert a unique perspective on cultural richness, which would shape his spiritual and personal journey. Growing up in the Chicago suburb of Dalton, Robert's connection to the Catholic faith was nurtured at St. Mary of the Assumption Parish in nearby Riverdale. It was here that he began to feel a strong calling to the priesthood, often participating in church activities like singing in the choir and serving as an altar boy. His early interest in the Mass, even play acting it with his brothers at home, showed his deep devotion to the church from a young age. Robert's formal education began at St. Augustine Seminary High School in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, where he excelled academically. From 1969 to 1973, he made a name for himself not only with strong grades, but also with his leadership skills, serving as the yearbook editor-in-chief, secretary of the Student Council, and member of the National Honor Society. Outside the classroom, he also participated in speech and debate, proving his well-rounded abilities. After high school, Robert attended Villanova University, an Augustinian institution near Philadelphia, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics in 1977. His academic pursuits continued with a Master of Divinity degree from the Catholic Theological Union in Chicago, which he completed in 1982. During this time, he also taught physics and math at St. Rita of Cascia High School in Chicago, sharing his love for education with others. In 1984, Robert furthered his studies by earning a licentiate of canon law from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas in Rome. His academic journey culminated in 1987 when he received his Doctor of Canon Law degree. His doctoral thesis focused on improving the structures within the Church, specifically examining the role of the local prior in the Order of St. Augustine. Throughout his academic and professional journey, Robert Francis Provost's deep faith was always at the center of his identity. His commitment to his studies, teaching, and work within the Church was never separate from his devotion to God and his desire to help others. This unwavering dedication to his faith was evident in every step of his career as he consistently sought to integrate his religious values into his work. In recognition of his significant contributions to both education and theology, Villanova University honored him with an honorary Doctor of Humanities degree in 2014. This recognition solidified his reputation as a respected figure, not only in religious circles, but also in the academic world, reflecting the broad impact of his life's work. In a pivotal moment on September 1, 1977, Robert Francis Prevost made a decision that would forever change his life. He joined the Order of St. Augustine as a novice. This choice marked the start of a journey that would take him from the streets of Chicago to the remote regions of Peru, where he would serve not only as a spiritual leader, but also as an advocate for social justice. For 1 year, Prevost lived at Immaculate Conception Church in the Compton Heights neighborhood of St. Louis, Missouri. During this time, He grew in his understanding of religious life, preparing for the vows that would soon become a central part of his identity. After completing his year as a novice, Robert moved to Chicago, where he took his first vows on September 2, 1978. Then, on August 29, 1981, he made his solemn vows, fully committing to the Augustinian order. These vows marked the beginning of a lifetime of service to both the church and society, reflecting his dedication to living a life of humility and purpose. Robert's journey soon led him to Rome, where on June 19, 1982, he was ordained a priest at the Church of Santa Monica di Augustani by Archbishop Jean Jado. This ordination was a defining moment in Robert's life, signaling the start of his priesthood and a ministry dedicated to service and justice. His commitment to these principles would guide him throughout his career. In 1985, Provost answered the call to serve in Peru, joining the Augustinian mission there. For 1 year, he served as the chancellor of the territorial prelature of Chulucanas, a role that required him to navigate the complexities of church operations in a politically unstable region. His work in Peru highlighted his ability to adapt to challenging environments while remaining true to his mission of service. After completing his doctoral studies in 1987, Robert returned briefly to the United States, where he took on roles such as vocation director and missions director for the Augustinian province of Our Mother of Good Counsel in Olympia Fields, Illinois. He also worked with the faculty at the Augustinian Novitiate in Okanagan, Wisconsin. Yet his passion for missionary work soon called him back to Peru in 1988, where he would continue his work for more than a decade. In the city of Trujillo, Robert became the head of the Augustinian Seminary, where he not only taught canon law, but also held various leadership roles within the diocese and seminary. As prefect of studies and a judge in the regional ecclesiastical court, he played a key role in shaping the religious education of future clergy. Beyond his academic duties, Prevost was deeply involved in parish ministry, particularly serving marginalized communities on the outskirts of the city. One of Prevost's key achievements in Peru was his success in recruiting Peruvians for the priesthood and for leadership roles within the Augustinian order. His efforts in nurturing local vocations were critical to sustaining the order's presence in the region. Additionally, he advocated for Venezuelan refugees fleeing to Peru despite the discrimination they faced. In 2017, Prevost continued to address the injustices of the past, criticizing President Pedro Pablo Kaczynski's decision to pardon Fujimori. Many viewed this pardon as a betrayal of the victims of human rights abuses, and Prevost called on Fujimori to take responsibility for the harm done and to apologize for the atrocities committed under his leadership. Robert's courage in speaking out on such important issues reflected his dedication to both his faith and the well-being of society. Robert Francis Prevost's dedication to human rights went beyond just political figures. He also stood firm against the violence caused by the Shining Path, a Maoist guerrilla group that terrorized rural areas in Peru. In his work with marginalized communities, particularly in the Norte Chico region, Prevost took significant personal risks. He often traveled by horseback along difficult and dangerous roads to reach those in desperate need of help. His unwavering commitment to these communities, even in the face of threats and violence, exemplifies his dedication to social justice. Prevost's missionary work, both in Peru and elsewhere, was motivated by his strong belief in social justice. His advocacy for human rights, his defense of vulnerable populations, and his vocal criticism of political corruption and violence made him a trusted voice for those often forgotten by society. Prevost's leadership was not just about preaching the gospel, but living it out. He worked tirelessly to make a real difference in the lives of the people he served. His ability to blend spiritual and social service set him apart as a leader with a lasting impact on both the church and the communities he worked with. Robert's rise within the Catholic Church has been a remarkable journey marked by his deep faith, commitment to justice, and strong leadership. From his early years as a novice in the Order of St. Augustine to becoming a pivotal figure in the Church, Prevost's story is one of devotion, service, and long-lasting influence. In 1998, Prevost's leadership abilities were recognized when he was elected Prior Provincial of the Augustinian Order's province of Our Mother of Good Counsel, based in Chicago. He officially took office on March 8, 1999, and immediately began navigating the complexities of leading a religious community during a time of change. His tenure saw successes as well as challenges, including a controversial decision in 2000 regarding James Ray, an Augustinian priest accused of sexual abuse. Although this decision would draw criticism, particularly due to the proximity of Ray's residence to a grammar school, Prevost's actions were consistent with church policies, and Ray was moved in 2002. Despite the controversies, Prevost's leadership within the order was largely seen as effective. His appointment as Prior General of the Order of St. Augustine in 2001, where he served 2 consecutive 6-year terms, further cemented his reputation as a capable administrator. In this role, Prevost played a key part in shaping the global Augustinian community, ensuring that the core values of the order remained central during a period of transformation. Prevost's service to the church took him far beyond administrative duties in Chicago. In 1985, he joined the Augustinian mission in Peru, dedicating much of his life to education, parish ministry, and advocating for marginalized groups. He served in various roles, including as Chancellor of the Territorial Prelature of Chulucanas, and later as Rector of the Augustinian Seminary in Trujillo. In these positions, Prevost was instrumental in fostering new vocations and ensuring that the church stayed connected to the local communities, even in the most remote areas. Prevost's time in Peru was not without its challenges. The country was experiencing political violence and deep social inequality, and Prevost became an outspoken critic of President Alberto Fujimori's government, particularly during the era of terrorism in the 1990s. He also stood up for the victims of violence, including those affected by the Shining Path guerrilla group. Prevost didn't just speak out about these issues. He actively traveled to difficult-to-reach areas to offer support, often at great personal risk. One of Prevost's defining features was a strong advocacy for victims of sexual abuse by priests. In places like Chiclayo, he confronted this issue head-on, encouraging survivors to report their abuse and ensuring investigations were launched. While controversies around his handling of certain cases arose, Prevost consistently expressed support for abuse survivors and worked toward greater accountability within the church. Prevost's missionary work, both in Peru and elsewhere, was motivated by his deep sense of social justice. His unwavering advocacy for human rights, defense of vulnerable populations, and vocal criticism of political corruption made him a trusted voice for those who had long been ignored by society. His commitment to service, both spiritual and social, distinguished him as a leader who not only preached the gospel, but truly lived it, making a significant impact on the lives of those he served. Robert's rise within the Catholic Church is a story of devotion and service marked by his leadership and strong faith. Known for his commitment to justice and his ability to lead, Prevost's journey through the ranks of the Church has earned him global recognition and several key appointments. From his beginnings as a novice in the Order of St. Augustine to his eventual influence in the papacy, Prevost's career reflects his enduring impact within the Church. Robert Francis Prevost's influence within the Catholic Church continued to grow as he took on more significant roles. In 2014, Pope Francis appointed him as the Apostolic Administrator of the Diocese of Chiclayo. By 2015, Prevost's leadership was further recognized when he was named Bishop of the diocese. This appointment marked a new phase in his career, one where he solidified his reputation as a compassionate and dedicated leader. As bishop, Prevost supported various initiatives, including the creation of a diocese commission on integral ecology, showing his deep commitment to both spiritual and social causes. In 2023, Prevost's journey took another important turn when he was appointed to the prestigious position of prefect of the dicastery for bishops. In this role, Prevost became a key figure in the Vatican's decision-making process, overseeing the evaluation and recommendation of bishops worldwide. His leadership was also crucial in addressing controversial bishops, such as overseeing the removal of Bishop Joseph Strickland of Tyler, Texas, due to misconduct. Prevost's close relationship with Pope Francis and his support for the pontiff's approach to political theology sparked rumors that he might one day rise to an even higher position in the Church. This moment arrived on May 8, 2025, when Prevost was elected the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. His election, which took place on the second day of the conclave, was a historic occasion marking him as the first pope from the Order of St. Augustine and the first pope from the Americas since Pope Francis. Taking the papal name Leo the XIV, Prevost addressed the public from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, expressing his gratitude for Pope Francis's legacy and calling for a church that would be a guiding light in a world that increasingly lacks faith. His election represented a transitional moment for the church, one that promises to continue Pope Francis's reforms while also opening a new chapter for Catholicism. Leo the XIV's election is particularly significant as he is the first pope born in the United States. His dual citizenship with both Peru and the United States gives him a unique ability to bridge the gap between Western and Latin American cultures. His papacy is expected to focus on the global issues that have been central to his career, including human rights, social justice, and the Church's role in serving marginalized populations. Prevost's election has generated significant attention, with many seeing him as a middle-of-the-road candidate, someone who offers a balanced approach to the Church's challenges. His leadership style is marked by a commitment to reform, inclusivity, and a deep understanding of the complexities facing the global Catholic community. As Pope Leo the XIV, Prevost now has the chance to shape the future of the Catholic Church in profound ways. His long history of service and dedication to justice and compassion positions him as a leader who will carry forward the work of his predecessors while charting a new course for the Church. The world is watching, and it is clear that Leo the XIV's papacy will be one of great importance as he guides the Church through a rapidly changing and divided world. In the coming years, Pope Leo the XIV's legacy will be shaped by the decisions he makes as leader of the Church. However, his commitment to faith, justice, and compassion suggests that his papacy will focus on healing, unity, and leading the Church toward a more inclusive and just future. Today, Pope Leo the XIV resides in the iconic St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican, a place of deep significance for Catholics worldwide. It was here that he made his first public appearance after his election, waving to the crowds gathered below in St. Peter's Square. This historic moment marked the beginning of his papacy and the start of a special connection between the Pope and the millions of people who consider St. Peter's Basilica their spiritual home. As one of the largest churches in the world, St. Peter's Basilica remains a powerful symbol of the Catholic faith and a timeless marvel of human craftsmanship. For visitors to the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica offers not just a spiritual experience, but an opportunity to witness the incredible history and artistry that have made it one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Pope Leo the XIV, known for his humble yet dynamic journey, is much more than just a religious leader. He's a man with diverse talents and interests beyond his papal duties. Fluent in 5 languages, English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese, Leo's language skills go beyond basic communication. He can also read Latin, which is essential for his role in the Catholic Church. His time in Peru also helped him learn Quechua, the language spoken by millions in South America, highlighting his dedication to connecting with the people he serves on a deeper level. Despite the heavy responsibilities that come with being Pope, Leo has maintained a variety of personal interests. He's passionate about sports, particularly tennis, which he plays as an amateur for both fun and fitness. A lifelong fan of the Chicago White Sox, Leo's loyalty to the team is strong. He even made a special appearance at Game 1 of the 2005 World Series to cheer on his beloved team during their historic championship victory. Leo's connection to Villanova University, his alma mater, is also notable. He is a huge supporter of the university's athletics, especially the Villanova Wildcats men's basketball team. He follows their games and celebrates their wins, reflecting his love for competition and teamwork, traits that serve him well in his ecclesiastical role. Outside of sports, Leo enjoys more relaxed activities that keep him close to family and friends. He's a fan of word games like Wordle and Words with Friends, which he regularly plays with his brothers. This hobby showcases his love for mental challenges and his desire to stay connected to his family, even while leading the Catholic Church. As a teenager, Leo enjoyed driving for fun, relishing the independence that came with being behind the wheel. These hobbies and personal interests reveal a pope who, despite his immense responsibilities, remains grounded in the simple joys of life. Please like and subscribe our channel for more interesting updates.